What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Lotus Council episode. Today for you, I've got just a quick little video. We're going to be going over the Silverquill Statement Commander deck, part of the 2021 Commander deck series. I believe this is going to be in five episodes. Every one of us covering one of the decks. I think that's how we're doing it. I was told to open this on camera, so that's what I'm doing. So let's get cracking. If I can get this box open. So Wizards has done an incredible job listening to us, the Magic players, and eliminating plastics. Now everything's in paper, which is pretty awesome. The deck comes in this sweet little deck box. It's also really awesome, and it comes, as you can see, with this white area here, which makes it have enough room for a fully sleeved deck if you need it. Comes with a little insert explaining some of the characters, which we'll go over when we do the deck, and then a little bit of how to play the deck, how to play Commander, little rule stuff. And then it comes with a little life counter. One side goes 20 to 40, or 21 to 40, sorry. The other side goes 1 to 20. But let's get into what we're here for. The deck, of course they won't get rid of every plastic because you still need to wrap the deck up. Curious if they could use like some type of like paper material for this. So we'll go to the back first. So what they've done now, instead of having the giant oversized Commander cards, they have these super thick, like I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm going to try to hold up. Normal card on the left here, and this is this super thick Commander now. It's like 2 to 3 times the thickness of a normal card. It's super cool. I like the idea. And then we got tokens, of course. So let's go over some of the decks. The main some of the cards, I should say. We'll get rid of all these lands at the back, just so it's a little bit easier in my hand. The main commander for the deck is Brina the Demagogue. Come on, focus. There we go. For 3 mana, it's a 1/3 flying. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, if that player has more life than another of your opponents, the attacking player draws a card, and you put 2 +1/+1s on a creature you control. Pretty interesting. Bird Warlock. I don't know if I'm going to build around it, but it's something. And then you've got the second possible commander of the deck, which is Felisa, Fang of Silverquill. A 4-mana 3/2 vampire wizard with flying and mentor, and whenever a non-token creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, create X tapped 2/1 white and black Inkling creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of counters it had. So it'd be very good in a counters deck, in a black-white counters deck of whatever type. A lot of those exist. So now we have some Strixhaven cards. Secret Rendezvous. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. Fracture. I really like this card for EDH. 1 in a black, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. Silverquill Campus. Study Hall. Elite Scale Guard, a Ghostly Prison, great EDH card. So we'll pull that to the side. I don't know why I put these here. Let's make some piles. Martial Impetus. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 and is goaded, so it's like a mini, almost like a mini pacifism. I get English, but only like for not attacking you, so that's interesting. Rescos Explorer, Orzhov Advocatus, Soul Snare. Creates like little I need to get this done early and put it on the battlefield, and then just pay 1 to exile a creature that's attacking you. Vow Duty, Ambitions Cost, draw 3 loots, 3 for 4, Curse of Disturbance, Parasitic Impetus, another goaded card, Arcane Signet, that's another, Arcane Signet's Arcane Signet. Everybody should have one in their EDH deck at this point, unless you're running, even if you're running monocolored decks. Bloodthirsty Blade, another goading card, Mind Stone, Orzhov Signet, Soul Ring, Spectral Searchlight, tap, choose a player, that player adds 1 mana, so it's essentially a mana rock that you could use for other players, say you're playing a 2-headed giant or something. You can do that. Barrenmoor, Cycling Land, Bajuka Bog, great card, Command Tower obviously, Myriad Landscape, and Opal Palace, Basilica, Rogue's Passage, Secluded Steep, another cycling. Then we get in 2D rares. That's the part everybody likes, because EDH is all about those bomb rares. So we have a Combat Calligrapher. Calligrapher? I don't know. Bird Cleric. Inklings can attack you or planeswalkers you control. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player creates a tap 2/1 Inkling creature token with flying that's attacking that opponent. Guardian Archon. Enters the battlefield, secretly choose an opponent, reveal the player you chose. You and target permanent you control each gain protection from the chosen player until end of turn. Nils Disciple Enforcer. At the beginning of your end step, for each player, put a +1/+1 on target creature that player controls. Each creature with 1 or more counters on it can attack you or planeswalkers you control, so it's kind of like a stacks. Promise of Loyalty. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures can attack you or planeswalkers you control. So you can tell there's a very big theme in this deck of goading, having people attack but not attack you. Scholarship Mentor. Enters the battlefield, each opponent who controls fewer lands than the player who controls the most lands searches their library for a number of basic lands less than or equal to the difference. Puts those onto the battlefield and shuffles. So it's like ramp for everybody but the guy who's playing a bunch of ramp. Author of Shadows. Exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. Choose an online card exiled this way, and you can cast it as long as it remains exiled. You can spend mana of any color. Kind of cool. Bold Plagiarist. When an opponent puts 1 or more counters on a creature they control, they put the same number and kind on a Bold Plagiarist. Cunning Rhetoric. Whenever an opponent attacks you or one of your planeswalkers you control, exile the top card of that player's library. You can play it for as long as it remains exiled. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to spend it. I like it. So here's Fane. One of the main guys from this deck. He's 3/3 for 2 and a black. Human Warlock. I feel like we're going to see a lot more Warlocks coming in future sets. Tap it, sacrifice a creature, put 2/+1/+1s on target creature. Tap, remove a counter from a creature you control, create a treasure. Tap, sacrifice an artifact, and you can create a 2/1 Inkling, and you can pay 3 and a black to untap it. The untap price is a little high, but can you go infinite somehow with this? I don't believe so. Unless you're running Doubling Season, creating double tokens, but then you would need a way to create black. So I guess you'd have to Doubling Season, Fane, Phyrexian Tower, but then you would need a way to untap Phyrexian Tower to go infinite. Well, if you guys can think of a way of going infinite with it, even if it's a 6-card combo, throw it in the comments down below. Incarnation Technique. Demonstrate and mill 5 cards and return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Keen Duelist. We've got a Stinging Study. Ink Shield. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. That actually seems pretty good. Tempting Contract. Beginning of your upkeep, each opponent may create a treasure token. For each opponent who does, you create one. So we've got an Angel of Serenity, which is a reprint. Of course, when it enters the battlefield, you can exile up to 3 other target creatures from the battlefield and or graveyards. And when it leaves, return the exiled cards to their owner's hands. So you could exile your own stuff with Angel. We got a Boreas Charger, a Citadel Siege. So this is from Khans of Tarkir or Dragons of Tarkir. I'm not entirely sure. Beginning of your combat on your turn, if you choose Khans, put 2+1/+1s on a target creature. Or if you choose Dragons, beginning of combat on each opponent's turn, tap target creature that player controls. So you'll probably always take Dragons in this case, for the most part. Duelist Heritage. You've got every one of the decks. This C21 comes with a Planeswalker. This one comes with Gideon, Champion of Justice. I think it's an underrated Planeswalker in my opinion. It's not great, but it's still underrated in my opinion. Haunted Lamassu, Knight of the White Orchid for a little bit of ramp. Oblation. You essentially shuffle something and then... so like... I tend to run something like Oblation on my own permanents. Somebody plays a Wrath, I Oblation one of the cards that I want back that not to go to my graveyard, and then I end up drawing 2 cards. Selfless Squire. We've got a Stalking Leonin, Sun Scorcher Regent. Whenever opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 and I gain a life. Very good dragon, even though it's 5 mana for 4/3. Together Forever. Support 2, and then you choose a target creature with a counter on it, and when that creature dies, return that card to its owner's hand. Tragic Arrogance. We've got a Windborn Muse. Creatures can't attack you unless their controllers pay 2, so it's the same as Ghostly Prison except on a body. Zatalpa. Incredible creature. Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. Deathbringer Regent. Another dragon. Infernal Offering. A Necropolis Regent, another mythic. Whenever a creature you control deals combat to a player, put that many +1/+1s on it. A Deathbringer Liege. I believe this is a not Lorwyn, Eventide card. White creatures get +1/+1. Black creatures get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a white spell, you can tap something. Whenever you play a black spell, you can destroy a target tapped creature. Debtor's Knell. Magister of Worth, Will of the Council. So this, I believe, is a conspiracy card. When Magister of Worth enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for Grace or Condemnation. Yeah. If Grace gets more votes, each player returns each creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. If Condemnation gets more votes, or the vote is tied, destroy all creatures other than Magister of Worth. We got a Teysa. An Utter End, exile target non-land permanent. Great card. Coveted Jewel. You get to draw 3 cards, but it's 6 mana. A Pendant of a Prosperity. Victory Chimes. Untap it during each other player's untap. And tap a player of your choice, adds colorless. So we get some rare lands in this, of course. We got a Caves of Koilos, so taps for colorless, or it could tap for white and a black, it deals 1 damage to you. An Exotic Orchard. You've got a Mikokovo, Center of the Sea. 2 and tap, each player draws a card. Temple of Silence for a little bit of scry. A Tainted Field, and a uncommon Temple of the False Gods. So that was a little review of the Abrina the Demagogue EDH deck over here on the Lotus Council. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Big shout out to our sponsor, of course, Geekified, geekified.us for all your MTG, non-MTG needs. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for stopping by.